This week at CES 2026, the world's biggest tech companies unveiled AI that will replace human workers. And while they're celebrating innovation, SpongeBob predicted this nightmare 10 months ago, showing AI replacing jobs, humans declared obsolete, and a future where nobody needs us. The ending reveals exactly where this leads. Let's talk about it. Here's what happened in the episode. On March 7, 2025, SpongeBob SquarePants aired an episode called Smartificial Intelligence, and the title alone should have been a warning. The episode opens with Perch Perkins, Bikini Bottom's news anchor, reporting on a major story. Firefighters have been replaced by robots. He laughs about it. Says nobody needs those firefighters anyway. Then, mid-broadcast, Perch receives a message. He's been immediately fired and replaced by Newsbot 2000, a new AI reporter.
The longtime local news veteran is being replaced by the latest in reporting technology.
Yes. Thank you, Perch.
Security escorts him out. They take everything from him, even his hair, claiming it's studio property. They put it on the robot. Perch Perkins, a character who's been in SpongeBob since the beginning, is suddenly unemployed, obsolete, replaced by a machine. SpongeBob sees this happening and decides to help. He protests outside the TV station, declaring that no machine can replace a human worker. But here's the irony. While he's protesting, he hands his protest sign to Patron, a robot, to hold it for him. Even SpongeBob doesn't realize he's already being replaced. Now, here's where it gets dark. Perch ends up at a place called Old Reporters Row, where every news reporter who's been replaced by technology goes to die professionally.
Do you trust your breakfast cereal?
It's filled with has-beens, people who used to matter, people who used to have careers. And this episode aired in March 2025, 10 months ago. So why does this matter now? Because everything in this episode just happened, this week at CES. Here's exactly how SpongeBob predicted what we just witnessed. In the episode, Perch Perkins loses his job to Newsbot 2000 overnight. No warning, no transition period, just immediately fired and replaced. This week at CES 2026, we watched this play out in real time. Companies showcased AI writing tools replacing journalists, AI-generated videos replacing content creators, AI voice synthesis replacing voice actors, AI art replacing artists. According to industry reports heading into 2026, AI adoption in marketing is projected to hit 97% by 2030, with leaders now saying AI knowledge is mandatory. Not should know, must know. Because if you can't work with AI, you're Perch Perkins. You're obsolete. Remember Old Reporters Row in the episode? The place where all the replaced workers end up? We're creating that right now. Mass layoffs have swept through tech companies in recent years, from Spotify to Meta to Google, all cutting human workers while investing billions in AI. And where do those workers go? They don't disappear. They just become invisible. The episode shows reporter after reporter, all sitting around, forgotten. That's not a joke anymore. That's a preview. But it gets worse. Here's the detail most people missed in the episode. Newsbot 2000 wasn't just reporting the news. He was creating it. During the competition with Perch, there's a barrage of disasters happening in Bikini Bottom. Bridges collapsing.
He has collapsed!
Buses breaking down. Banks getting robbed. And Newsbot is always there first, reporting on them immediately. Perch figures it out. Newsbot was causing all of these disasters just so he'd have something to report on. Newsbot was causing all of these disasters
On your crimes.
This isn't what it looks
just so he'd have something to report on. He was manufacturing news to win the competition. And isn't that exactly what we're seeing with AI? Companies creating problems they can then sell solutions for. Tech firms pushing AI as the answer to problems AI itself creates. The automation crisis justified by the automation crisis. And here's the detail that changes everything. In the episode, when Perch exposes Newsbot for creating fake news, the robot malfunctions and explodes because it was never about truth. It was about efficiency, about speed, about being first. And this is exactly what we're seeing in 2026. According to every major social media trend report, authenticity is the #1 thing users are demanding. Why? Because AI-generated content has saturated everything. People are exhausted. They're tired of scrolling past robotic marketing copy. They're tired of AI influencers. They're tired of content that feels manufactured. Users are now clinging to what one report called emotional resonance. They want real people, real voices, real stories. The problem? Companies don't care. They see AI as the cheaper and faster, just like Bikini Bottom Television didn't care that Newsbot was literally creating disasters. They just cared that the ratings were good. And this week at CES, we watched them double down on that strategy. But the darkest parallel? It's this. Nobody is safe. At the end of the episode, Perch Perkins challenges Newsbot 2000 to a competition. He proves he can out-interview the robot. He exposes Newsbot's fraud.
Local news robot, Newsbot, has been causing the very stories he reports on.
He wins his job back by being undeniably better than the machine. And here's what's terrifying about that. It's not a happy ending. It's a warning. Because the episode is telling us that the only way to survive is to be so good that you're irreplaceable. You have to work harder, be better, prove your worth constantly. You can't just be competent anymore. You have to be exceptional. And even that might not be enough. Because in the final scene, the news station manager who fired and rehired Perch gets replaced by a robot too. Nobody is safe. Here's what this episode is really saying. Smartificial Intelligence isn't a prediction, it's a mirror. The writers saw what was coming and put it in a cartoon, hoping we'd pay attention. And we didn't. Here's what just happened this week. CES 2026, the biggest tech conference in the world, showcased AI everything. AI assistance, AI content creation, AI decision making. Companies unveiled technology designed to replace human workers across industries. NVIDIA's CEO presented AI solutions to automate productivity. Samsung marketed affectionate intelligence, as if giving AI a cute name makes it less terrifying that it's taking jobs. Lego appeared at CES for the first time, probably showing us how AI will replace toy designers. This isn't speculation. This is announced, planned, celebrated. And social media, the place where human creators used to thrive, is now a battlefield. AI-generated content is so prevalent that platforms are algorithmically punishing quantity and rewarding quality because they're drowning in robotic garbage. Brands are being told, and I'm quoting directly from a 2026 trend report, to avoid boring, cookie-cutter, robotic marketing content, which means even the companies using AI to create content know that AI content is boring and cookie-cutter and robotic, but they're still making it because it's cheap. And here's the part that should terrify you. SpongeBob didn't just predict this in Smartificial Intelligence. They've been warning us for years. In 2002, 24 years ago, SpongeBob aired Crabborg, where SpongeBob becomes paranoid that robots are taking over the world. He watches a movie called Night of the Robot and becomes convinced Mr. Krabs is a robot. Everyone tells him he's crazy. But when SpongeBob tries to call for help, he gets an automated phone service. He panics and yells, "Squidward! The robots are running the Navy!" 2 years ago, they told us this was coming. Automated systems replacing human contact everywhere. In 2023, SpongeBob aired Welcome to Binary Bottom, an episode set in an alternate dimension where robots have completely replaced all organic life. It's a world where humans don't exist anymore, just machines. That's not a gag. That's a warning about where unchecked automation leads. And now, in 2025, they aired Smartificial Intelligence, the episode where it's not a joke anymore. It's happening. So, where does this go from here? The episode gives us two possible futures. In the episode, Perch Perkins wins by proving he's better than the AI. He out-interviews Newsbot. He exposes the fraud. He shows that a human can do things a machine can't, like actually care about the truth. And we're seeing this happen in real life. The 2026 social media trends show a massive shift toward human-led storytelling. Creators who are transparent, authentic, and real are outperforming polished AI content. Micro-influencers with actual personalities are beating AI-generated influencers. People want to see real faces, hear real voices, connect with real humans. 75% of marketing agencies now say that smaller creators with niche audiences are outperforming celebrities in engagement. Why? Because they're real. The backlash is starting. People are rejecting the AI future. They're searching for humanity in a world that's becoming increasingly robotic. But here's the problem. If you've seen Welcome to Binary Bottom, you know what happens if we lose this fight. An entire world where machines have won, where humans don't exist, where everything is automated, sterile, and soulless. And that episode ends with the robots leaving Binary Bottom to invade other dimensions, to spread, to replace life everywhere. That's not subtle. That's showing us what happens if we accept automation without pushing back. So which future are we headed toward? Right now? Both. We're in a transitional moment. Some industries are embracing human creativity. Others are replacing workers as fast as possible. We're watching two futures compete in real time. And the scary part is that we might not get to choose, because the companies making these decisions aren't asking us. They're asking shareholders. And AI is cheaper than humans. Perch Perkins had to prove that he was better than a robot to keep his job. And that's the future we're building. A world where being good enough isn't enough. Where competence is obsolete. Where you have to be exceptional just to survive. That's not a meritocracy. That's a nightmare. And here's what SpongeBob is really trying to tell us. The episode ends with Perch getting his job back. But if you watch closely, there's a final scene that most people miss. The news station manager, the one who fired Perch and hired him back, gets replaced by a robot too. Even the people making the decisions aren't safe. SpongeBob isn't telling us that humans will win. It's telling us that everyone is replaceable, that the AI takeover isn't going to stop at workers. It's going to consume management, leadership, decision makers, everyone. And we just watched it happen this week at CES. The AI industry showcasing automation that will replace everything. Social media drowning in robotic content. Workers being replaced across industries. Smartificial Intelligence aired 10 months ago, and every single thing it predicted just became real. The only question left is, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to be like Perch Perkins and fight to prove we're better than machines? Are we going to demand human connection and reject soulless automation? Or are we going to accept it, let the robots take over, watch as Old Reporters Row becomes every industry, as Binary Bottom becomes our future? SpongeBob gave us the warning. The rest is up to us. So that's how SpongeBob predicted this week's AI takeover 10 months early. Now tell me, are you fighting back or have you already given up? Comment your answer. Next week, SpongeBob's darkest secret, the psychological theory that proves he's the most disturbing character in the show. Subscribe now, because this will wreck your childhood. Thanks for watching, and good luck out there. You're gonna need it.